Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now welcome back to another episode of Challenger Spectate. So again, these are the episodes that we, watch the pros, watch the challengers, and learn a thing or two each time. So today we're highlighting Misfits Decay, I believe. I don't follow EU that much anymore, but being in Misfits, I presume this is a pro. But they're playing LeBlanc, and looking at their match history, they seem to be a very big LeBlanc player, getting fed in, I'd say, over 75% of the games that they're playing LeBlanc over the last, 20 games or so. But I'm interested to see what happens this game, because the thing with LeBlanc is she's a champion to me that obviously has great snowball potential, incredible snowball potential, you may even say. But the higher rating you go, people know that. She's game knowledge. This Azir, that's again, which I presume is Senkux, who used to be a Dignitas EU player that went pro, I think, if that is him. He'll know that LeBlanc has early snowball potential, so I'm interested in what happens in a challenger game. This is, again, top 10 EUS challenger. You'll recognize probably a few people from the game. There's Max Law in the jungle and stuff like that, so it's always cool to watch these games. And what does actually surprise me, as I was looking through the ladder today to kind of find a replay, and I'm probably going to record 2 or 3 of these today, just so we have some videos in the pipes, is it surprises me how many of the pros in LEC are in the top 10 on the Challenger ladder right now. Like, a majority of their time is not solo queue, it's scrims, or then even playing Pro League. So to then also be top 10 Challenger is insane to me, if I'm honest. So you can see in the first minion wave there, DK only gets 2 of the 6 available farm. Little bit of aggression, so generally, again, counter-aggression by Azir hitting level 2. So definitely, obviously, the wave controller is going to Azir right now. Meanwhile, First Blood in top lane. Again, the natural time you're going to see a Talon in top lane is probably a main or a one-trick. And actually, let's quickly talk about something. As, people said sometimes implementing a discussion with these is a great idea, especially in lane phase. There has been a proposal recently about implementing a new thing in Champion Select, in the ban system and everything like that. And it takes from Dota 2. So if you guys don't know, Dota 2, obviously, and Dota was the original MOBA. And what League kind of did was modernize it and has brung a lot of things from that. Which is a big compliment to Dota 2 and Dota in general. But we recently have taken the bans, the snake bans in pro play. In solo queue, though, apparently in Dota, everyone's summoner name is visible in Champion Select. So even the opposition, the enemies, is visible. Now, what does that do to solo queue? Well, obviously, if someone's called Best Riven 69, you know that now. So either you know to ban it or you know to counter it. And basically, what I read a whole thing about it. Basically, one-tricks don't exist in Dota because they can't, because they'll just get banned out. Anyway, aggression first comes in. Silas goes for a gank with Max Law. This is a free kill. Again, he's not going to flash. There's no point. Really nice engage. And what we can say there was nicely timed. Perfect engage by DK, chaining the Azir. Maybe he was a little bit too far up without any, practical vision. So a little bit sloppy play there. But what that does is get the kill for LeBlanc. And as you can see, she was losing a lot of farm. Is now even. So that has been a great situation all around. We can see the lovely Challenger recall that you only get if you're currently in Challenger. But yeah, let me know what you think about that ban system. Do you think that Riot would ever implement a ban system that summoner names are visible for all teams? Because obviously, yeah, like, it's not just if someone has a certain champion in their name. In high rating, like even when I was in Master, or even in Diamond 1 where I am now, you jump into the same people all the time. There's a Syndra player that you're always playing with, or I have, and it's like, even if their name wasn't something to do with Syndra, you'll spot that person and go, oh, it's that person. So it's an interesting thing that opens up more of the game, but the argument to it is Riot probably makes quite a lot of money out of one-tricks, considering they are more likely to buy skins for their champion. So let me know what you think, because there's definitely 2 halves to the argument there. But I think it has been quite successful in Dota, from my knowledge. Anyway, another gank potentially happening in mid lane, but Azir is fully backed out, so farm is priority. Graves getting a kill in bot lane, which is a Draven. And then a double kill. Both red sides bot lane is dead. Meanwhile, Talon gets killed in top side. So again, the early aggression from Talon and getting a kill, you'd probably expect that. Talon's early game is very good. The ignite with his dot, it's great. The problem is Talon technically is not designed to be a top laner, and he's an assassin. So when you put Talon against a bruiser or something like that, especially aggressive bruiser like Riven, that's not going to go very well the later that happens, most likely. Bit of an invade happening. I do think the enemy team knows about this because we saw some blue pings on the map saying that there's people nearby. You can see people saying, be careful of that bush. He's on his way to the Wraiths. Invading goes deeper, and they're just probably going to take the Wraiths, or whatever people call these nowadays. So the enemy team basically knew that this was happening. A little bit of a catch maybe. They're going to go all in. Really nice calculated aggression there by the two of them. Again, for all we know, these two could be on comms. Again, is Max Law in Misfits? He might be. So yeah, they could be on communication. They're like, hey, let's go on that guy. They were caught, let's be honest, and they come out with a kill. So that's a really nice situation that they were invading. They were being very aggressive, but it might have been over-aggressive to do that. The Pike collapses with the Graves and then eventually the Azir, but they go all in, and at least they get something for it. It's a 1-for-1. And meanwhile, that Azir is dead. This does give time for LeBlanc to catch up in farm. Because, yeah, LeBlanc is not a farm-orientated champion. Again, you know when people say, what's good farm at 10 minutes? What's good farm at 20 minutes? A lot of it is so dependent on the situation. How's the game going? Is it a slow-paced game so you can farm more? Is it a fast-paced game that you can't farm as much? What champion are you playing? Because LeBlanc, her priority is not farm. It's aggression, and you can see she's invading in lane phase away from mid lane. Like, she wants to get kills. She wants to deny rather than farm, because that's the champion of LeBlanc. So yeah, whenever you may in the back of your head kind of go, oh, 10 minutes, someone told me of having million farm at 10 minutes is what I should have. I've not got that. Remember, it's situational. Don't panic. If you are, although, playing something farm intensive, let's say Nasus, and you're doing very bad, you have 50 farm at 10 minutes, then yes, there is something that's happened and not gone quite well. Little bit of aggression happening there, not too much though. Misses the chain, so going to back out. But generally what's happening is Azir gets about 10 farm ahead, then LeBlanc does something aggressive, they kill the Azir, or he has to back away, and then the LeBlanc catches back up in farm. That's kind of the pattern of this game so far. You'll also notice the Sylas on the minimap right now. He's invading again. I also just noticed, by the way, it's probably due to the heat. I don't have my big light on, so if the camera quality isn't as good at the moment, apologies. It's a heat wave here in Britain at the moment. I've also got the air conditioning on, and having a big light does not sound appealing to me right now. I just got back from the gym not too long ago, so I'm a bit like, eh. Anyway, in Rome happening, both of them again. So I would very confidently predict that the Max Law, Jungler, and Decay are easily duo queue or easily on communication right now because they're a pair. You know, you see this. I love mid and jungle pairings because what they do is that you win mid. He ganks mid. You shut down the enemy mid laner because you gank them. But then you work as a pair to go do things around the map. Honestly, a lot of people say to me, oh, bot lane is your favorite duo. Nope. My favorite duo, if I'm ever going to duo queue, I'd want to be mid and jungle. I'd want to play mid, and I'd want a jungler as my pre-made. Or even top lane. You can do relatively the same thing, but mid lane is just more apparent. If you do this in top, then yes, you can maybe roam to mid as a top laner. Maybe you can teleport bot, but mid lane can do it all the time. You're in the mid of the map. You have both directions you can go. All the time. So that is my favorite duo, is that. Or it's my favorite synergy is maybe the want of a better phrase. All right, bit of aggression. Misses the chain. Not so great accuracy, has to be said, with landing that chain as of yet. But again, look at the pairing. That aggression and who comes back. Boom. Sylas is there. So yeah, I think we might have cracked the code that they're together. All right, so another potential roam happening, working as a team. So this is what you want to see. This is great solo queue team play. And, you know, it doesn't happen too often. So Ezreal gets a one bang on the Nami. Here's the LeBlanc roaming down with the Sylas. She gets a nice kill. Draven, I think, backed out the situation completely. And as you can see on the minimap, if you look now, it does look like the enemy team might be springing a trap, but the red team knows. So instead, you can see Talon is roamed down. He is going all in. Mistake doesn't do enough damage. Again, he's pretty weak right now. LeBlanc goes for an all in, gets the kill with Electrocute. Roots. Azir ultimate. Somehow that worked. Okay, so if apparently Sylas with his chain can go through Azir ultimate, which I don't think should be a thing, but it is. But overall, really good play. LeBlanc did use double summoners, by the way. If you're wondering how did she clear that distance, she flashed. I believe she W'd and then R'd off the W. So a crazy big distance that a LeBlanc can cover when she does all of that. And she got the little kill, I think, on the Graves, I believe it was. Draven, for some reason, trying to 2v1. Let's see how this goes. He heals. Full aggression mode onto the Ezreal. Gets the kill in a 2v1 situation, remember. So again, he really shouldn't be doing that guy, but he is, because it's Draven. And again, the strength difference between these two champions. Again, Ezreal is what I'd call a slow burn AD carry, calculated, poke, not an all-in. The opposite to Draven. And really, if I'm honest, the lane Ezreal Pyke doesn't go very well. Ezreal is not an all-in AD carry. Pyke is an all-in support. So there's a contradiction there. That's why, obviously, Pyke and Draven are known to be an amazing lane, because you just go full board aggression, and it's hard to deal with. Anyway, returning to mid lane, again, notice that the 10 farm deficit that we've mentioned is still apparent. Because LeBlanc is not prioritizing farm. With her pressure, by the way, if she did no roams, she just stayed mid lane, she'd be probably easily over 100 farm by now. But again, it's just not this person's priority. It's not what the champion's for. And it's a very important lesson, because again, remember, every little lesson that, you know, people have of League, while she does get caught, trying to get away, flashed by the Pyke, gets killed. That's her first death. Nami coming with the wave. Really low health is a lot of the enemy team. Talon going to make his way in, gets a Zed ultimate. Really doesn't look like the Talon is comfortable, and he does go down too. And double kill for the Riven. And that is now 4 dead teammates, and the Draven is probably sitting bot lane. What just happened? Now, it wouldn't surprise me if we see Draven go aggressive on the Ezreal, but maybe he can't. Again, Iceborne Gauntlet Rush makes it obviously the slow. That's what the Ezreal wants, to keep the Draven at bay. But yeah, overall pretty bad play. Again, it was a bit weird. Like, maybe over aggression that LeBlanc was staying on that control ward. She really was greedy to clear it. She just, as the moment that Graves showed, she should have run. But Riven was behind her. Riven flanked in the red side jungle. So overall, it was a good play by blue side. And that is now a relatively strong Riven, especially in comparison to the Talon. 3-1 comparing to 1-3, and a 30 farm difference. So fantastic by the Riven. Again, Riven, a great solo queue champion. And again, that is part of what we spoke about earlier, you know, a potential ranked update. This guy, Max Pote, I presume he's a big Riven player, and everybody in this general rating would know that. If that Dota system was implemented and you see Max Pote in your game, meanwhile, great aggression by LeBlanc. One more auto attack. She doesn't get it off, but he's dead anyway. But yeah, if you saw Max Pote on the enemy team, you'll probably ban Riven, or at least you know to counterpick it. Hey, I'm going to pick Renekton, for example. But yeah, again, really let me know what you think of that, because it's something that high-rating players in League have been talking about over the last couple weeks. Alright, so Sylas again going full board aggression. Maybe he is playing a bit too aggressive, but the roam with potentially the duo queue coming in, and LeBlanc picks up herself another kill. So 2 kills for LeBlanc in the last, you know, 30-odd seconds, maybe minute. 1 solo kill on the Azir, and then nice roam. But again, remember, what would a normal mid laner be doing right now? Going mid lane and extending the farm lead. Look what this LeBlanc is doing. She's going aggressive in bot lane. It's her goal to be aggressive. She does misplay that a bit, but she might pick up 1. She does pick up 1 before the Pyke ultimate lands. It wouldn't have killed her, but it would have got her pretty low health for an Ezreal potential return kill. Tower does die, which is top side, because again, I doubt the Talon's going to be able to stop the Riven at this point. LeBlanc's going to recall and is now on 613, 89 farm, so again, deficit farm, but gold, which is the, you know, the important thing. She has got a 1.3k lead in her own matchup, when, remember, or look, her team is in a 3,000 gold deficit. So in her matchup, she is ahead over 1,000 gold, but the team in general is losing by 3,000. Without this LeBlanc, they'd be behind 4,000 gold. So it does show how well this LeBlanc is doing. Where is the biggest? I presume top lane. So yeah, wow, a very big difference in top. Anyway, full aggression. Pyke's in here, so LeBlanc W's out. Lovely chain that landed, but nothing will come of it. Pyke misses his ultimate. Sylas does finish off the kill. We're going to watch the fight continuing. He will go down. Talon was thinking about it. Doesn't go in the end because the whole enemy team practically showed up. And they will maybe try. Okay, so LeBlanc doing a bit return damage, but Rift Herald is spawned. That's going to kill it straight away. Don't stand near the tower or you get knocked away. And they will maybe look for a re-engage. They do have Nami ultimate, or they're just going to kind of reset. Because again, even though the Sylas is 3 and 4, he does have a considerable amount of strength to him. But again, there's a 40 farm difference in the junglers too. again, style of jungler. This Sylas was very heavy in invading. Meanwhile, aggression coming in by the LeBlanc doesn't get the kill, backs out, but again, good aggression. But yeah, so basically both of the mid and jungle this game have had the same playstyle. Over aggression for kills, invading, not prioritizing farm. You know, she is winning this matchup convincingly behind on farm. Jungle, it's even-ish because more... Well, actually, no, the Graves is winning the matchup, and he's 40 farm ahead. So, kind of crazy, but it's playstyle. Which, again, I have seen Sylas, by the way, play as both styles. I've seen farming Sylas, and I've seen this type of over-aggressive, full AP Sylas in the jungle. Both work. This one is greedier. So LeBlanc is looking to spring the trap. Kind of same play that we just saw. She was thinking about it, but, you know, you have to be careful with Azir ultimate near a tower. Ezreal ultimate coming through. Not really sure why. Maybe it's a scouting ultimate. And Infernal Dragon, by the way, is now hiccups on the table. Pyke gets a Q on LeBlanc, she will W out. And this should be an interesting fight, because right now the enemy team, in theory, if Riven is around, they probably have strength, but it depends if LeBlanc can get if LeBlanc can get a one-shot or Talon can get onto the back line, then maybe they can do something. But if Riven gets a great engage, meanwhile, LeBlanc is going full aggression on the Pyke. That's a wonderful kill, because what that does is give the number advantage to the red side for Infernal Dragon. Great play by LeBlanc there. Like, as good a decision-making as you probably will ever get. Dragon is being done. They will pick it up. No contest by the enemy team. The Riven too late to help. But yeah, sloppy by the Pyke, but good by the LeBlanc. Very good. So Riven is looking to push the mid side. She is potentially a little bit overextended. Azir puts his tower up just for a bit of defense. Blue buff going over to the LeBlanc. She might look for a flank. She will look for a flank. We know Riven ran into this jungle, but we don't know where she is. Azir is completely caught out at this point. Nice dodge by LeBlanc there too. And Talon will pick up the kill, which is fine. Again, maybe LeBlanc would have won that, but again, sharing is caring. The Talon's had a rough game. Giving him a bit extra gold is not really going to hurt this LeBlanc too much. Q lands, auto attack, not enough damage to kill or even go for an ult attempt for the Pyke. And I would predict red side need to start thinking about towers, in my opinion. They have none. Like, they have no towers, so they are going to go mid lane. They are going to look for it. But again, remember, Talon has no pressure on the Riven. Riven has now gone missing. So where is Riven? Is she coming mid lane? That's the thing you've got to have in your head. So again, still, you just saw a little hint of her on the minimap there. So she was waiting for Talon. She was trying to probably bait him to get a free kill. Big fight happening, and Talon gets the kill. Well, I don't know what happened then. What looked like happened in that situation is Riven and Talon had a fight. Maybe Riven went under the tower or something. She got really low health. She might have wanted to back. She overstayed instead of backing, and she got herself killed due to her low health. So just greediness. I think, by the way, that flash that we saw, a fail flash, I think that was Pyke. Oh, no, it wasn't. He still has his flash. I have no idea whose that flash was. It must have been Talon's, because his just kind of happened. So I don't know. That looked a bit weird. Unless Talon flashed back over the wall and we just caught the tail end of it, which is possible. Okay, so match continuing. Medjai's purchased for LeBlanc. So again, when do you buy Medjai's? The basic only ways you buy Medjai's. One, you're having a fantastic game on a snowball champion, LeBlanc, for example. Second, you're playing a champion that it suits Medjai's and you're not designed to die. What I mean by that is if you're playing Janna, and Janna's very good in engage right now, very close. Did get the root off, but not enough to get the kill. But Janna's not designed to die. She is, yes, a squishy champion, but she's hard to kill. She's got shields, her tornado, her ultimate to blow people away. So stacking Medjai's off assists on Janna is actually relatively easy, and she doesn't die easy at all. So Medjai's on Janna is okay. But other than that, you know, maybe Soraka, similar kind of concept. Meanwhile, boom, nice outplay by LeBlanc. She might be getting herself caught now. She's going to try and make herself out. Graves going aggressive, completely bamboozled. Oh my god, the enemy team fell for the ghost. Wow. Enemy team fell for the ghost. Nami wave coming through. LeBlanc going to go in for it. Does get the kill with the ignite. Now going onto the Graves, being patient, waiting for her spells. 2 seconds on a W. Doesn't hit the chain. She could have been more patient than that. Hits the Q, hits the W, and a Graves is dead. Wow, for a challenger game, they got completely bamboozled by the ghost, by the clone of LeBlanc. Fantastic. Again, so clean LeBlanc play. And again, that's the type of play that, if I'm honest, when you're in challenger and you just got bamboozled, they just surrendered. You just got bamboozled by a clone. it demoralizes the living hell out of you, and the enemy team legitimately just surrendered the game, and there you go. So this was awesome to watch. This was a very clean LeBlanc on an aggressive play style. She didn't prioritize farm. She prioritized on denying the enemy mid laner with her, I presume, duo Q jungler, invading the jungle, which sometimes didn't go very well, but having a presence, going bot lane, going into the enemy jungle. And if you actually notice, even though it wasn't a farm priority game for the LeBlanc, she beats the enemy Azir by 8 just due to how bad the Azir had a bad game. And in the actual, right at the end, massive gold lead. Talon caught up a little bit, but I think mid lane might now be the biggest difference in the game. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, smash the like button. This was a great example of LeBlanc. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. Again, remember the main kind of lesson today, the farm thing, how much farm at 10 minutes? It's not always clear cut. Depends what type of game you're having. But anyway, like, subscribe, comment down below. See you guys next time. See you.